Hi, I'm Nick. Welcome to Mutiny Asia. This video is part of our Accelerator series, where we look at those critical business factors that contribute to successful companies. Third in our list is one of the most challenging problems a business can overcome: instant response. For many companies, it's the catchphrase of the senior manager: "Will somebody please answer that phone?" It may come across as irritability, but as we'll see, it has massive impact on revenue growth. The point is, if you haven't answered that phone, that email, or that hastily scrawled post-it note sat upon your desk, as this chap, Castaneda, would put it, there's only one simple thing wrong with you. You think you have more time. But what does that mean in a business sense? Let's start here with analysis from Lucep, one of Asia's homegrown response specialists. 63% of customers will buy from the first supplier they speak to. Wow! Let's put that another way. If you are second to respond to an incoming inquiry, you've lost almost 2/3 of your revenue before you even picked up the phone. That finding is supported by research from Inside Sales, who recorded responses from over 4,700 individual incoming business inquiries over 2016. They found that companies who responded to an incoming inquiry within 5 minutes were, wait for it, 90 times more likely to have a constructive chat with their customer than those who waited 30 minutes. Why? Because when the customer didn't get the response they needed, they simply called somebody else. So you'd think the companies did something about this, right? Unfortunately, you'd be wrong. 50% of companies didn't even respond to an incoming call or email, and of those that did, only 7.2% responded in that 5-minute window when the chances of making that sale were off the scale. In fact, the average response time was 38 hours, and in short, that's a revenue catastrophe. Before we can fix it, we need to understand what's going wrong, and often it's about company culture, about how we respect one another, and about how we respect the customer. A focus on internal management approaches that set tight objectives for our talent makes them predisposed to dedicate themselves solely to their own tasks. When they hear a ringing telephone or encounter a live lead, they're more inclined to say that it's somebody else's problem. But if that's understandable, some other reactions are not. Hidden within our teams may be great talent that think that responding immediately to a lowly incoming lead is below them. And that in turn creates internal resistance from others who observe, well, if they don't have to respond, why should I? Other times we create technical barriers. For example, we don't make the team aware of incoming inquiries, the website or the phone system is down. We don't allocate them to named individuals. We don't check whether we're doing our job. We don't communicate our objectives to the team, or we don't create incentives. The first objective in solving these problems is to commit publicly to both what you're about to do and why you're doing it. Make it clear that you expect calls to be answered within 5 rings, that incoming emails should be acknowledged personally, either manually or automatically within 5 minutes, that you expect to have created a dialogue within 4 hours, and that wherever possible you will have the issue resolved within 24 hours. For those issues that take longer, give yourself a 7-day window, communicate it to the customer, and escalate it to ensure that it gets done. And of course, live by those rules yourself. Ask yourself what you can do to help. Use technology to record the inquiry, allocate it to a team member, automate responses where necessary. Set in place metrics, track them weekly, and discuss them with your staff. Create incentives and reward the best performers. Why does this work? Because it means that you respond to customers when you know they are there, when their problem is top of mind, when you provide a relevant solution to the task at hand, and because, well, you'll wow them with your capability. Remember, 63% of customer purchases are made from the first supplier to respond. Make sure that it's you and reap the dividend. That's why instant response is third on our critical list of business factors. If you've got hints and tips for your own formula for success, please send them right through. We'll add them to the collection and credit you for your advice. Thanks for watching.